Hello and welcome to coverage of Grand Prix Vancouver. Marshall Sutcliffe in the booth with Randy Bueller and Brian David Marshall. You see the trophy on the table. It is time for the finals. Alexander Hayne with blue-white control. He's number 18th on the top 25 pro rankings from Canada, playing against Peter Sundholm on mono blue devotion from just across the border. Peter Sundholm, on his way to the finals here, has beaten blue-white and then blue-white, and now he's facing into the finals. So he certainly has a knack for beating it, but it's going to be a different fight here, playing against Alexander Hayne potentially, as Hayne, and we're talking about a two-time Grand Prix champion and a Pro Tour champion here.
Yeah, Sundholm's Mono Blue is a relatively normal list. It's got most of the stuff you'd expect.
Okay.
It does have 2 main deck rapid hybridization, only 1 Jace, 2 Biden, 2 domestication.
Okay.
That's sort of those last sort of 6 to 8 slots that sometimes get mixed up. So only the 1 Jace and no Cyclonic Rifts is basically where he gets.
Now those domestications are just full-on miserable here?
Yes. I was about to say.
Yeah.
So domestication is the tech that has let Mono Blue do so well at this tournament. It's because it takes the Night Veil Spectre from the Mono Black decks. So just
and now you get 5 pips on your side?
Well, and they're down a Night Veil Spectre. I mean,
Spectre.
just the control magic effect is spectacular in that matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so good that the black decks have started siding in Dark Betrayals to kill their own Night Veil Spectres after you steal them.
Yeah.
I mean, you also get their Night Veil Spectres, but
speaking of card advantage, here's a nice 2-for-1 for Alexander Hayne. He uses Detention Sphere to take out both Frostburn Weirds from his opponent. Now, are we going to see potentially a domestication on his own creature at some point? Like, is that how bad it is here?
Just to get
a
the
couple of
mana
devotion?
pips?
Yeah.
I mean, you have nothing else to do with the card.
Right.
What do you? I mean, you can steal an Elspeth token.
Yeah. All right, so Jace, Architect of Thought, hits the battlefield for Alexander Hayne, revealing 2 lands and facing down. You know, he feels okay just minusing Jace here, BDM, because there's not much pressure on the other side.
Right. No, I mean, if he plays 2 creatures, maybe he can kill Jace, whatever.
Yeah. If he does, he's playing into potential, you know, Supreme Verdicts or something down the line. All right. Another Frostburn Weird. That is going to trigger the Frostburn Weird and bring Jace down to 1 loyalty, but I think that's going to do it for his turn. And look, there's a domestication right there in Peter Sundholm's turn, and he's just looking at that like, I wonder what I'm going to steal with
We've
it.
seen a lot of these inadvertent game 1 mulligans.
Yeah, there's no 4th land either.
Right.
I mean, he can't even cast the domestication, much less have anything to point it at. Yeah, this game one looking great for Alex so far.
He's going to get to plus his Jace here, and there's the Verdict to take out another 2-for-1. So, you know, 2 2-for-1s in a row.
And note that one is kind of 2.5 for 1 because Nykthos is no longer online.
Yeah, good point. And when it's, you know, turn 4, turn 5, your opponent plays a 1-1.
Yeah. That was turn 6.
Turn 6, you're quite happy
Is there
about
an Elspeth? There is an Elspeth.
There it is.
Yes, Virginia,
wow.
there is an Elspeth clause.
Wow, what a blowout.
Jeez, such a beating. So 3 1-1 soldier tokens from Alexander Hayne. This has a much different feel than the semifinals did.
Crazy.
And then he's also plus Jace.
Yeah, to make the judges familiar. Not quite a non-factor, but pretty close. And we might live our dream of seeing domestication on an Elspeth token in this game potentially. I mean, it's getting ugly here. Peter Sundholm's in the tank. He's trying to think about what he can do. Nykthos not doing anything other than making colorless mana currently.
4 mana. Domestication. Tokens.
Okay, dream achieved. The bucket list has been checked off. And he's going to pass the turn back. That does up his devotion, but with 2 cards in hand, he's got a Biden and a Tidebinder Mage. Let's see what Alex has for his turn. He is pressing his advantage and pressing it hard. He's going to line up some attacks. No blocks. Down to 18 for Peter.
Attacking as land destruction.
Yeah.
Yep. Another Scryland here for Alex. He's been in firm control since the beginning. He's going to draw some cards here with Jace. He's going to Peter's going to move the Supreme Verdict to its own pile. You'll
Really?
note that
It
Elspeth
doesn't do
hasn't been
anything.
activated.
Wouldn't you do Supreme Verdict land?
Yes. Except we're apparently wrong. I thought Jace land would be Hayne's take there.
I guess there's a Master of Waves in Sundholm's hand that he's looking to build towards.
I'll buy that.
Oh, is that in his hand?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
And Hayne, what? Maybe.
Hayne
That's why
had
you don't take
another
Jace
Jace.
land. You're
Yeah.
already holding a second Jace.
That's right.
Got it.
He pluses this Jace, makes
Okay.
some more soldiers. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and ships a turn back. So Peter Sundholm draws his card for the turn. It's a Mutavault. And he's surveying.
No
the
Cyclonic
scene.
Rifts for Peter.
Okay, that is one card we've seen pop up. Is
Right.
one
I
or
mean,
two
that's
of-
kind of where the mono blue deck with Nykthos out starts thinking about maybe that's how I get into this deck.
What is he using his Nykthos for? Just for activating Thassa? Just to dump a
Yes.
couple multiple threats on a turn?
Yeah. I mean, he's only playing one, and
Yeah, there's a Master of Waves you were talking about,
Yep.
Brian.
4 tokens.
the domestication did something.
Doing work.
Domestication is 2 2/1s and a 1/1. It's not nothing.
Not at all. Okay.
4 seahorses.
4 seahorses. Unfortunately, the soldiers are significantly ahead now. It can be different if he draws another Master of Waves. Maybe can work something out.
And now they
but
can beat up soldiers in
yeah,
a fight.
It's at least a first step. I mean, we know he's far behind.
Yeah.
Alex goes to his turn with a full grip of cards. It's just scary how far ahead Alex can
Yes.
get at this point.
Yeah, this game has been quite the blowout.
Yeah.
Sundholm stumbled on mana. He got 2 for 1 because he drew 3 Frostburn Weirds.
There's
Right.
the Sphinx's Revelation.
Jeez, a
A syncopate
revelation.
and it just
Yeah,
You gotta wonder if he
that's-
just takes the syncopate into
takes
this.
the
Yeah,
two.
it's just. I mean, there's no counters on the other side, generally speaking. So, if he just maintains status quo here, he will win this game. And he's gonna ship him in there.
Why not?
Yeah.
No blocks. Take 5. Verdict again. There it
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
I mean, that's the thing about Elspeth is that you just have free reign to just wipe the board and just immediately refill it again.
Yep.
13-19, yeah.
That's just crazy.
That's insane. And he still has
Insane
Dissolve
Hayne,
mana
right?
up. Yep.
You said
That was his Twitter handle.
You saw a tweet from Reed Duke.
Yeah, Reed Duke said he was becoming an Insane Hayne fan.
And,
watching
and
this.
someone replied to him that those are called Haniacs.
Haniacs?
Haniacs.
Wow. You know you're doing good if there's a name for you.
Yeah.
Your fans, right?
Yeah. And there's the judge's familiar. Not going to do much here. And there's a Biden of Thassa. No, not a Biden
No,
of Thassa.
no Biden for you.
Syncopate's going to prevent
Stick a fork in that. I'm pretty sure it is
Well,
actually done.
He can judge his familiar and make him pay. No, that's not worth
that.
it.
Doesn't do anything. All right, Alex goes back to work with 2 planeswalkers, more lands than his opponent, more cards in hand than his opponent.
Yeah, balance would be sweet for Peter right now.
What was that?
We need a new balance with planeswalkers added to it, too. Down to 10 for Peter. And now Alexander Hayne has lethal next turn and has his opponent top decking, and he's
Yeah.
seen enough. Let's go to
Yeah.
game 2, Peter says.
Wow.
And I can't agree more. There's the trophy, Vancouver,
Yep.
BC 2014 finalist. There's an even better one if you win. It's 4 times as big, Rashad? Okay.
So there you're looking at the consolation
They're
prize.
playing- for the second place
the
trophy?
winning trophy looks even cooler. It's gold.
It's like we're going to put this right here in the middle of you two. You don't want it.
Funny.
So Zvi points out that we were getting some reports from Peter Sundholm. You said you know him from Seattle. I said Chris Manning, I think. Oh, no, there was another
different
player
guy.
that Manning knew. But apparently Zvi has lost to this gentleman
In the top 8.
In the top 8 of a BattleTech tournament back when Wizards was publishing the BattleTech game.
Wow.
A
Is
long
that
time
right?
ago, yeah.
Okay.
He's pretty sure. He's like, I'm pretty sure this is just the same guy.
Makes sense.
They look about the same vintage.
Yeah.
Zvi also mentioned that he lost in the finals, or at least in the top 8 of a GP, to somebody else here a couple of times while they were friends, he said.
See, we're not teammates.
Let's take a look at the upcoming webcast schedule. We've got a lot of great stuff for you guys coming up in February and March. Super Sunday Series Finals, mixed format, going to be a really fun event. You can get there by going to a GP, not making day 2, playing in the Super Sunday Series.
People are doing that right now. Last 2 slots, or last slot, I guess.
We just mentioned Reed Duke. He's going to be there.
No, these are the slots for next year.
This is
This is the 2013 championship.
Oh, okay.
And so they're already filling up 2014.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So that's February 8th and 9th. That's going to be coming live from Renton.
Yeah.
So we're going to be there.
At WotC.
At WotC.
Yeah,
everybody gets the souvenir badge with a key card to get into the building.
I feel like a lot of the Grand Prix players, like the Grand Prix regulars, like the people in the Pro Players Club, really want to keep that event a secret. Like, what are you doing on Sunday? I'm going to play in the Sunday Super Series.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't worry about it. Just
a side event.
Just go do a side draft.
So you're going to be king of the side draft.
They like the Josh Ravitzes, and you said Reed Duke and Owen Turnwald.
Yeah, Melissa DeTora started grinding them last year. She had multiple top 8s, but didn't win one.
Yeah.
People really want to get there, and they definitely want less competition. So whatever you do, don't go play in these, because the pros want you to stay away.
It's true.
The following weekend is Grand Prix Paris. That's going to be Legacy.
I'm going to be excited for that.
That's going to be sweet. Our European coverage team is going to be bringing you all the Legacy action from Europe there. And then the big one, Pro Tour, Born of the Gods, Valencia, Spain. It's modern. My favorite constructed format, and of course limited Theros, including Born of the Gods. That's February 21 through 23.
All 3 of us will be there, along with plenty of others.
Yeah, Rashad's going to be there. Grand Prix Melbourne the next weekend. 3 out of the 4 of us will be at that one. Brian David Marshall, fist pumps, Rashad, Randy, and I look down at the ground like, what did we say yes to? That's going to be standard March 1st.
I mean, I'm actually pretty jealous because I've always wanted to go to Australia.
Cool. Yeah,
I've never had a chance to go there. I just couldn't. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, I'd been like, put me on the next one. It's like, I think we're going to do a Melbourne. I think we're going to have a video team in Australia. I'm like, awesome. When is it?
Oh, it's a big. I mean, we're leaving Wednesday to get there by Friday. It's a big deal. That's Friday. That's March 1st and 2nd, along with Grand Prix Barcelona team event. I love those things. That's March 1st and 2nd as well. Grand Prix Richmond, modern, March 8th and 9th. I think Star City is going to be doing the coverage for that one. So if you like watching Star City, you'll like watching that. Grand Prix Montreal, Theros, Born of the Gods sealed. So that's another awesome limited event. I'm going to be at that one. It's going to be sweet.
There, right?
Yep, March 15th and 16th. So as you can see, we're filling up your calendar here. If you're hanging out, it's the winter months.
You guys can do the same thing, fly to New York, and then we'll drive up to Montreal.
I would have done that had I not already booked my.
I haven't booked. How far are you? How far is that drive?
It's like a 3-hour drive.
Really?
3-4 hour drive.
I haven't booked
We've
yet.
done it. It's fun.
You're driving?
I don't drive.
Well,
I booked.
You're in a car?
I'm done.
Maybe.
I haven't actually booked.
I want to go to New York so bad. We could go to Katz's and then drive up.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'm so mad right now.
So yeah, Peter Sundholm, by the way, is just like a veteran of multiple card game circuits.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
He's got that look about him, too.
He is the BattleTech world champion.
Nice.
So
nice.
Has some tournament experience under his belt.
There you go.
And has played a couple of other games along the way.
What kind of game is BattleTech? I've never played it.
It was a CCG that Wizards put out. Okay. It was just kind of a manaless system or something like that. It was
all right.
Interesting game. It's a long time ago, right? That's like pre-Hasbro.
Nah, really? Maybe. Wow, it's close. I mean, there were a lot of CCGs back then that were good, solid games, but not quite as good as Magic.
Yeah, no. I tried to have a little bit of condescension in my voice.
I think the pizza got in the way.
Yeah. No, that was condensation. That was on the pizza.
Jeez. Oh, man.
Sideboarding for this matchup,
by the way. Bunnies around pizza.
Right, right.
So Peter Sundholm, I think, will have a significantly different deck this game. Certainly he's going for the Gainsays from the sideboard. I think Jace Memory Adept may come in for this matchup.
Okay.
He's actually got 2 of each Jace on his board. He's got an additional Bident, which, the Bidents are awesome against control, assuming you've got creatures, but then if you take the creatures out and put in a bunch of counter spells, he's got a negate in his board. So, the domestications are easy pulls. I would think the rapid hybridizations come out, and 5-ish counters, maybe a couple of Jaces, maybe a Biden. He's also got a Pithing Needle, which I would think comes in, shuts down a Planeswalker for sure.
Just name it. Name Elspeth, name Jace.
So, yeah, he's just looking, with the memory up, you think he's just looking to, like...
I mean, if he sticks it, he can deck him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you stick it, you deck them. That's what it's in the board for.
Yeah, did we notice if Alex has any elixirs in his sideboard?
No, he's
he's
Archangel,
elixirless.
Gainsay, Soldier of the Pantheon, which I love. That's his mirror match tech.
Yeah, I remember
He's
that.
just like turn 1 beater.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you this way. Now let's play a 10-turn control and control game, and then you'll be dead.
Right. My counter spells protect my 2/1.
And you took all your creature kill out of your deck.
And it's all gone. And the stuff that you have left doesn't hit it.
Right. So 3 Gainsays certainly come in. Is Archangel for this matchup? I haven't actually gotten to see the Archangel deployed.
I mean, I'm assuming it's for, like this type of
Yeah,
stuff.
it seems like
it's
it would be, right?
It's a flying, life-linking thing that's really hard to get rid of.
There's 4 Archangels in his sideboard.
Yeah.
Wow.
4 Archangel.
Oh, I saw him put counters on a lot of Elspeth tokens.
Do you remember what he was playing against?
I don't.
Okay. I'm curious.
His
if he
opponent
brings
was
it
in the
for blue.
it was
would think
using
it's
his
at
cards in spatula mode.
Spatula mode.
Yeah.
I think it's at its best against the Boros decks.
Right. Against any of those hyper-aggressive red-based decks.
Yeah, hyper,
But
medium.
You've mentioned it before, Randy. This blue deck does play the aggro role here, right? So,
right.
All right, looks like we're underway here. No turn 1 play for Peter Sundholm. And a card gets shipped to the bottom by Alex Hayne here. So
A lot
Not a lot of
when-
reach in this blue deck, though. The thing that the
Good point.
Boros decks can do is you stabilize, you're at like 5, and they're just
true.
like, I have 2 lightning strikes.
Yeah,
So do you
that's
find
true.
when this blue deck is bringing in a lot of the cards you're talking about that it comes in at the expense of the 1-drops? It comes at the expense of some of the early aggro plays that you're used to making?
Yeah, I'm not. I know that that seems to be the consensus way to sideboard this deck. I know that's the way Sam Black sideboards it, and he's sort of the guy that a lot of people look to. But it does feel a little schizophrenic to me. I've never been confident that I understood exactly what your plan is after sideboarding. I know that because I think it's get some stuff out and then go into control mode. Like you want to get a board presence and then defend it with your permission.
Right.
But it's harder to get a board presence if you take your creatures out in favor for gainsays.
Exactly. He's stuck, and meanwhile he's stuck.
And we saw
Yeah,
no
he
1-drop,
stuck
no
a
true
Thassa.
drop, but he stuck the Thassa.
He played it right into potential syncopate, right into anything like that. Nope, just stuck it. And
he had other
Alexander
options. He did have a Frostborn weird in hand.
He did. So Alex looks like he's off to a much, much slower start here. He had to cycle Azorius Charm, and he would have killed for a syncopate there, but instead he's got to face down a Thassa now, which can be really
Tidebinder Mage
annoying.
just stays in.
So weird.
It would rather be a Born of the, whatever that Born of the Gods guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
In this matchup.
Let's see. Yep, there's Tidebinder Mage.
So he's going to put out his less threatening, but also less mana-intensive threat, as we see he misses a
fourth
land
land.
drop here. Yeah. And Alex is going to waste no time.
No mana pips for you.
Yeah, he's just like, look, if it's a creature that's adding to your Thassa count, we're done here. It's out of here. Is this going to be a detention sphere? It is.
Yep. Down goes Thassa.
All right, so he managed to minimize Thassa down to just 1 scry effect, basically.
Right.
And he's going to play a Temple of Deceit and ship another card to the bottom. Usually when you see people doing that, it's because they're digging for more lands, but it can be the other way around as well. A timely island off the top for Peter is going to let him play potentially 2 things this turn, depending on what his hand is.
It's a couple of Frostburn weirds.
Advocates, people who've played other card games with Peter Sundholm,
Yes.
at every stop along the CCG spectrum are rooting for him.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
I keep hearing from people who've played different games with him.
Nightfell Spectre gets last
That's
breath.
fantastic.
Apparently he is over 40, and the question has come up, has anyone over 40 won a GP at the time they were over 40?
Oh, yeah. Tom Swan was like 50.
Yeah.
That's way back in the day, but Tom Swan
Grand
and
Prix
Brad
Boston.
Swan, I believe father-son have both won a GP, if I'm not mistaken. They've certainly both top 8 at GPs.
Yes, I'm not sure if Brad's won or
I
not.
don't know if Brad won, but yeah, his dad won.
All right,
Brad-
Elspeth gets negated. Though there is still just the Frostburn. We're in the Mutavault on the other side with Alex at 20, so he's got a lot of time to recover here, but that's a big play.
Is that a domestication that's...
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
He must just not have had any way to take it out.
That-
Mutavault, attack, double pump.
I guess he's looking
Take
at the
5.
Archangels of Thune
Yeah, that's true.
and maybe thinking, uh-oh.
He may know about.
He did see the deck list.
Yeah, he's got the deck list. He's looking at Archangel and Soldier of the Pantheon. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think the Soldier was a serious consideration for Hayne, but Archangel was at least considered.
But it doesn't.
You
Archangel.
have one window to do it.
and it doesn't. And that
And
window
it falls off.
falls on your head pretty quickly, even after you do it.
So you're actually just sort of like, almost like detention sphereing it. Like you're just leaving it over to the side somewhere. Because you can't block with it and you can't.
And then if your
attack
opponent
with it.
last breaths one of your creatures.
You
I don't
gained
think
life.
the Archangel trigger is optional.
Yeah, I don't think it is either, and I don't think that we want that domestication after this short conversation. I didn't think we wanted it, and then I kind of came up on it a little, and now I'm back down
Right,
on
you're
no.
like,
we
well,
don't
maybe
want
I
it
could find a way.
post-play.
No.
Hayne has a Jace. He plussed it. Sundholm contemplating an attack with Frostburn Weird, but he'll have to pump it to get anything out of it.
And he does.
3 pumps.
So hit you for 3, drop you down to 12. He did not attack Jace. That's an Archangel of Thune, so
There it
it
is. And he plussed to Jace again.
And he's also got rapid hybridization, though, in his deck, right? So that's something that he can use to take care of
Still?
Archangel. I don't know. I mean, I think that would be a better
looks like
option
he's
He
than.
drew
still
his second domestication.
Jeez, and he's got a rapid in his hand.
Yeah, this
as
is what
well.
it's. I mean,
He's taking it.
you take it. You just need to never gain life, right?
Or maybe just hit once for the win.
Sure.
You know?
Last breath is such a complete blowout
Yeah,
here.
now there's 2 of them in Alexander Haynes' graveyard already.
Apparently, he should have saved them. Draw cards with Jace. Another Archangel.
And
now
that's
Steez
great.
Spheres. Jeez. Yeah, Sundholm really fears those Archangels. He clearly does not want to play an Archangel game.
No, but he's going to have
But
to
Hayne will
face
take the
one
2,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Sundholm says, well, look, he's
If I
going to do that. And I'll
this
just
is an Archangel and another backup detention sphere.
That's right. Domestication.
No, the D-Sphere hits domestication. Thus, effectively, the D-Sphere turns into an Archangel. It's like I could take an Archangel, or I could take an Archangel and a D-Sphere.
I see.
He'll take the 2 cards.
Yeah. But Peter's got another domestication in hand, so he's like, yeah, well, I'll just take it back again, and then we'll do this dance for a while.
Yeah. Shall we dance?
And that one also resolves.
I mean, we know Hayne's got another D-Sphere. Plus, last breath is still a complete blowout.
Absolutely. That domestication is just—it's like making me nervous. Every time I look
Very
at
fragile.
Chainsaw juggling.
it. Man. Also, how miserable is it to have an Archangel of Thune and be like, well, I'm not going to attack and I'm not going to block. I know that. All right, pass the turn
Chose
back.
not to pump?
He did not pump.
He's got a
surprising.
rapid hybridization, so I think he's planning
Oh,
on.
it's 1 in his hand.
Yes.
Gainsay, Verdict, Land.
Jeez, the hits keep
He's
coming.
going to split Verdict or no, and no, okay. Gainsay or no. Take Verdict and a land? No, he takes the Gainsay. I guess he wants to defend this D-Sphere. Against, I don't know, Dispel? No, I don't even know what that would be.
So
Hybridization.
he's going to hybrid now.
Yeah, and there's the Gainsay to stop the hybridization.
That's right. Freshly drawn. Alexander Hayne rewarded for solid play there, making sure he did the Jace first before any of that stuff.
Got the Gainsay to defend the...
Yeah.
Get the Archangel back.
And now he has the Archangel, which is...
There's no last breath, but it got the job done.
And once he starts going to work with Archangel,
Yeah,
about
I
all
saw
she
him doing
wrote.
stuff like activating his
He just draw a 3rd domestication.
activating his Mutavaults.
He did.
And then attacking with Archangel, putting counters on his Mutavaults later.
That's nice. But somehow, he keeps trying domestication.
Yeah, I mean, not only did he not sideboard out the domestications, he sided more in.
The somehow is, yeah, that they're all in his deck.
I get a 1, 2, 3. So I get a 1, 2, 3. That's only fair. Kill him. Sure.
All right, Jace down.
And he's able to finish off the Jace.
Oh, he has extra mana floating from the. No.
It was just for one. Jace minus
okay,
last turn,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
And this is going to be
1, 2, 3, 4.
Jace or Supreme Verdict?
I think it's a verdict. That's sad. He's got to do it if he doesn't have anything else to interact with the angel.
Oh, and a Jace.
Yeah. I want some more card.
weird.
Oh, he pluses it.
He
Doesn't want to lose it to that Mutavault.
I wonder if you just let him have the angel, right? It's not doing anything.
He can't attack or block.
He can't attack. Like, he could use it to take down Jace, but then he gets his angel back, and he's super happy about that.
I mean, unless it's a man.
Well, he also got a Frostburn Weird.
Right. And I just
So
wonder
that's
if you
4
would-
mana pips to keep Nykthos down. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
That verdict looked okay.
All right.
You're right that it wasn't forced because of the fact that if Archangel does anything, domestication will give it back.
Right. And I mean, Hayne clearly wants Archangel on his side. He used 2 different detention spheres just to try to set up a state where it's like, I have an Archangel.
Right. And now here's Jace Memory Adept.
Wow. So
Sundholm
well-timed
sticks a Memory Adept and goes to work trying to deck Hayne.
This is fantastic for Sundholm. I mean, Hayne has.
Yeah.
Does he even have a Mutavault?
He's gone through 3 detention spheres.
Yeah.
He's got no Mutavaults in play. Wow.
Wow. And this is about as quick of a clock as you can get here.
Yes.
And he's got to start drawing cards here.
Oh, definitely.
None of those are what he wants here. He can
The
at
Archangel's
least,
okay.
He can at least start pressuring Jace with the Archangel.
Right.
So that is nice.
I mean, Verdict does nothing. Last Breath does nothing. You have to take Archangel, right?
Yeah, but man, Archangel being 3 power is
Takes 2 hits.
2 turns, and I think that's all he needs. Also, you have to realize if you're in Hayne's seat and you get milled down once or twice more, like a lot of your cards get way worse, right?
Yes.
Like your Sphinx's Revelations.
Yeah, and we
become,
talked
like,
about the fact that
rip
lots
that
of these
in
people play Elixir of Immortality,
Yeah.
but not Hayne.
Right.
Right.
And I think that a lot of the Memory Adepts have left sideboards because of the Elixir.
Mm-hmm.
But here you go. Sundholm still got the Memory Adept plan, and Hayne is vulnerable to it.
He's hitting at the right angle here.
Can we get a cards in deck counter?
Right. I want to know, is 20... Don't know. I think it's more than 10,
I think so too.
but less than 20.
We've seen 20 milled.
All right. May as well make some backup plans. It made sense for Hayne to fight those domestications at the time, but in retrospect, if he just lets Archangel sit in play, and then he's got D-Sphere for Jace.
The counters are not a May effect.
They're not. They're
Whenever
mandatory.
Whenever you gain life, so anytime you do battle,
Yeah.
you're gonna lifelink.
Yeah,
boy.
The only time it would matter is if he kills him with it on one swing. All right, so nice board state, Alexander Hayne, but
He's
got
in the
problems
teens.
here.
He looked
man.
like 15,
That looked
14.
like, it looked like about 14 to me.
Right, but double Archangel might be able to
It
win
might
fast
be
enough.
enough because he can absolutely erase. He doesn't have to worry about dying on the backswing.
No, he has to worry about being decked.
And I'm saying, like, if he gets rid of Jace, he'll have 5 turns, and
I don't think it's 5 though. I think it's like 3.
I think
Okay.
it's 3 to 4 turns. Yeah.
Like it looked close at that
Wow.
count. I didn't. Rashad, can we get the exact number of cards in Haynes' library?
We're getting Rashad to check with the table judge.
There's 15.
15.
All right.
5 draw phases sounds like enough to
Again,
Archangels.
It would be 4 after
We have
his
no
natural.
Cyclonic Rift
Right.
from Sundholm.
Right. Wow.
Yeah,
He's
draw cards with
minusing here
Jace.
because if he finds a detention sphere right away, then it's just done, right?
Give him 3-0.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
He snapped it.
Love
up.
it, love it, love it. And Hayne takes the 0. Awesome. That's spectacular. That's good magic.
I love that.
3-0
So
split.
does this
Hayne
one just
takes the
come at
0.
Peter then?
If Hayne's going to take the 0, does that make the 3-0 split wrong?
Kind of.
It kind of does.
He gets nothing out of it. That's really interesting. All right, he attacked Peter here because he's just going to be able to kill.
Yeah, I
with
mean,
one
there's no
of
reason
them
to deal
next turn.
3 to Jace.
Right, because one
Deal
of them
3
is
to Peter,
lethal
and now
next turn.
either one can kill Jace next turn.
Yeah, it makes good sense. And all the Mutavaults and Frostburn words on the ground don't matter.
Is there another Jace in his deck? Was there only
Yeah,
one in the
there's
sideboard?
2. There's 2.
Because he
Mill
could
you
just
for
play
10.
it here and
Yes.
remill you.
Assuming no permission, but yeah.
Yeah.
We actually know that of those 5 cards, the bottom 3 are all land.
Right?
So Hayne's not drawing much. I think I don't remember. I mean, he's Jaced more. We know what the next 2 are if we were paying attention. I do not remember.
I don't remember either.
I mean, if they're paying enough attention, they know what they should both know Hayne's library at this point.
Right.
I only remember that the bottom 3 are land.
So theoretically, you can actually figure out every single card that could be in his hand, too.
Yeah. If Sundholm does remember what Hayne's
you don't
library
know
is, he
how
can
you know
deduce his
exactly.
hand.
But yeah,
But
you could really
make an
get
educated
close.
guess.
For sure.
You definitely grope around in the dark and find out the
Yeah.
shape of it.
But right now,
And
it looks
is
like
Hayne down to
Hayne's
one
Tell
card
if it's a
anyway?
card.
I think Hayne's down to 1 card anyway.
in his hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, doesn't that look like 1 card face down in front of him?
It does.
He's been in top
Yeah.
deck mode.
But
All right,
this
Sundholm
looks-
says go.
This looks like a good spot for Hayne, though, right? He's got 10 power in the air, kill Jace, you take 5, go to 20, and both of his Archangels
Yeah, he's going to need, I
become
think,
7/7.
3 attack phases.
Yeah. And I think he has 3 cards left in his library.
He has
right
4
now.
cards in his library.
4 left now, okay.
So the 2-1 split was what you needed to do.
Yeah, 2-1 was better than 3-0.
that's
Wow, is that
hilarious.
going to be the difference?
I don't think it will be. I think
Yeah,
I think he'll have a 2-1 split to spare.
I think Hayne has 1 card left, but who knows what Sundholm's going to draw. You have to kill Jace, or you get decked next turn. You deal. They both have 1. They both have 2 counters. Is that what's going on?
Yes.
So yeah, you deal 5 and kill Jace. Then you've got a pair of 7 power guys to deal 14.
And they each get.
Oh, do they each get 4 counters?
With what? It only counts. It's
It's
one
one event, so
Yeah.
they each get 2
Yeah,
counters.
yeah. Unless you could give one of them first strike.
Oh, then you would get. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, kill Jace, take 5. Did he do both to
He actually
Jace?
did both at Jace.
Interesting.
So he doesn't want to get one rifted, or I mean, he knows his list, so he knows he doesn't have
Hybridization.
Yeah, there you go. Rapid hybridization.
So that means you don't get any counters. So next turn you hit for 10, and the following turn you hit for 14.
Wait,
Didn't he just
he
add a
gets
turn to the
counters.
clock? Oh, you still get counters.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
hitting
it's just
oh,
gaining
yeah,
life
yeah,
for
okay.
any reason. Yeah,
You don't have to hit the player. Got
Right.
it. So they're 7s.
they are 7/7s. So 2 turns.
Is it a Jace?
I mean, Alex has 2 cards in hand now. Wow. This is going to be close.
This is a crazy close
This
game.
is insane.
It is insane, Hayne. Creating Hayniacs all over the world right now. 4 cards.
Jeez.
Archangels win the race. Sundholm has to do something, or Hayne's going to kill him with Archangels. Almost anything he does, though, puts the pressure back on Hayne to avoid getting decked. His ground creatures are kind of irrelevant, right?
Who's debating here at the end of this turn?
Well, it's Sundholm's main phase, I
Oh, is
believe.
it? Oh,
I thought you think it's Hayne's end step? I thought it was Sundholm's main phase.
It does look like they're waiting for something.
did Sundholm have no cards at the end of last turn?
It doesn't sound right. What phase are they in, Rashad? What phase are they in?
Sending Rashad over there to take a look. Because there's the tank face, and this isn't it. These guys are waiting.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
something.
They're trying to figure out how Archangel works, maybe.
One of them did ask the judge about that, but was told and said, okay. So I don't know if there was a debate. Okay, so Alex says, I guess the answer to my question wasn't quite so clear. So it looks like a judge is maybe conferring with another judge. And
What was the
making
question?
sure. Well, the question he answered originally was what you asked, Randy, which is like, if they both hit, do I get double the counters?
I believe so. I'm gonna.
No, I'm pretty. It makes sense that it's one event. This is Hayne asking for Archangel clarification. Rashad, do you know?
Well, Jace goes to bin before they trigger anyways. Right? They trigger at the same time as Jace goes to bin. Damage stuff.
Rashad is getting
We're gonna fix
update from John Andorfer.
Since you've acknowledged the triggers, you just put the wrong number of counters on. So each one shows 6 counters.
Okay, he said you acknowledge the trigger. You just put the wrong number of counters on. They should each have 6.
Wow. It doesn't actually change the math. He
It
still needs
does
2
not.
attack phases. But I'm surprised. I thought lifelink was all one event.
Yeah.
Like all the damage is dealt simultaneously.
It is.
So they should trigger. Weird.
But it's 2 separate instances of life gain there.
All damage is dealt at the same time, and therefore life is gained.
Right.
2 angels, there would be 2 triggers.
2 triggers. They just did 4 triggers. They just did 4 counters.
They just put 4 counters on.
They just put 4 on. We're talking to one of the judges here trying to figure it out. Yeah.
That judge is now going to check.
The judge explained it to us, and now we've sent him back to
Right.
triple check.
His explanation he gave us was the one that they originally gave Alex. Now, is this could
And the
this
one
be
Rashad
something
gave us.
because of Planeswalker interactions? It's still just combat damage, right? Like it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, there's no planeswalker phase.
Yeah, there's no difference in that.
Are they chatting at all? You've got the earpiece.
They are
in.
not right now. They're sitting in silence, and I picture huddled judges to the sides.
My wife has tweeted me 2 events
Okay.
with an exclamation point. She is the head of the templating
All right,
team.
so we have Toby.
And Toby
here.
Elliott says, yeah, 4 counters. It is 2 different events. 2 different sources of damage.
Okay. So it is
Wow,
2
4 counters
events.
each.
There
Crazy.
we go. Thank you, Toby.
And there is Jace, Architect of Thought.
Part of it is because combat damage doesn't use the stack anymore, says Dell. Anyway, she runs the templating team at Watson.
Yeah.
She gets this stuff
Oh,
right.
I believe her.
This stuff works however she says
Yeah.
it works.
Once you
Some
said that,
level.
I'm like, well, now we know that. Why?
Right, basically, so she's Matt Tabek's boss is the other way to think about it.
So Jace, Architect of Thought flipped Night Veil Spectre, Gainsay, and Mutable.
Oh, that's interesting. The Spectre as a potential chump blocker, does that change the math at all? I would guess no, but it's possible. Maybe running Night Veil Spectres does.
Buys him a turn.
Right? I mean, yeah.
Well, with the double counters, it doesn't buy. He needs, I don't think it buys him a turn.
It doesn't buy him a turn?
Well, he's going to take 9, and then he's going to take 13. Oh, that would buy him a turn. Running Nightfell Spectres buys him a turn. Yes, it's super close, like 9 plus 13.
So close.
Not quite 25.
Right.
Do you have a counter spell?
I may as well finish off the chase.
Yeah, so attack Jace. Okay.
Oh, sure. And if he can hit with the Night Veil Spectre.
Take a card.
You minus it. Oh no, you plus it, didn't you?
Did Hayne
So,
use Jace?
so here's the thing.
Are they
Peter,
minuses?
Peter forgot. He thought that Jace had been minused.
No, it was plus.
So yeah, right. And so he attacked him with both. And Kane goes, "Okay, so my turn."
Trigger.
Yeah. and
And he palms, which only gets to hit once.
that's correct.
All right, Hayne
So
draws a
this is 3
card.
cards
He's
now.
got 3 cards in his library. He's got 18 power worth of Archangels in play. But his opponent's at 25 with 1 chump blocker.
Another thing that can happen is the other Jace comes off the top of the deck.
Yeah.
for Peter
Yeah,
too.
for
So
sure.
there's a few ways that Peter
And
can
and,
win
and
this
Hayne
as
has
well.
to think about killing Jace Architect a thought here, because does he want to give
Two more
Peter
cards.
a chance to go 4 cards deep on his turn to find the other
wow.
Jace?
Right.
And so if he only attacks 1 and 1,
if he attacks both
If he
at
attacks
Jace,
1 and 1, then Peter
he
can
has
take no damage this
well,
turn.
it's 9 plus 9, but he gets 4 counters each, so there'd be a pair of 13-13. So they're actually lethal.
Together.
Yeah, the 2 of them would be lethal next turn. Although Peter would just say no blocks and keep his Nightveil Spectre.
yes.
Right.
Wow, last breath.
A last breath.
So that kills the Nightveil Spectre. Peter goes to 29, but that doesn't matter. It's still 2 attack phases. Now, do you take out Jace?
He does. He's taking out Jace.
1 at Jace and the other at Peter?
Correct.
So he's
Peter's
going to drop
completely
Peter to
tapped out.
20, and he's going to have a pair of 13 power guys? Yeah, that looks
So
that looks right.
14 and a 13-14.
3 cards in his library, 26 power worth of creatures in play.
And this is Jace ticking up, but this is going to be it. Peter has 1 turn
Yeah. He needs
to
something.
find something to
He
either
needs
block
something.
or mill. Or kill one of the Archangels.
Something. Gotta be
That was a
something.
Tidebinder Mage, I think.
They're not red or green.
Oh, no. Alexander Hayne potentially on the verge of victory.
Winning his 3rd Grand Prix.
Yeah, in the last, year.
Yeah. Less than
That's
a year.
it. Alexander Hayne is our champion. Takes one home for
Insane
Canada.
Hayne.
Runs his hand through his hair.
Wow. 3 Grand Prix wins in less than a year.
Unbelievable.
Climbing his way up the Pro Tour standings, creating Hayniacs out of us all.
He is.